Yes, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 months of no Philadelphia Union soccer, we were absolutely deprived. We got to see two matches into the 2020 MLS Season 4 of the Philadelphia Union, and then the coronavirus happened. But, ladies and gentlemen, today we got the Philadelphia Union back, facing off against NYCFC down in Orlando, Florida, at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports for the MLS is Back tournament. And, ladies and gentlemen, we can rejoice again. Soccer is back in Philadelphia. And today, guys, we are going to recap the Philadelphia Union versus NYCFC with your boy here. Let's get this started, guys, shall we? I think so. Let's do it. Hey, dale! That is right. Welcome everyone to Do It By the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union. With me, El Parcero Philly, and we are brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Before we get started, guys, do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy out. Don't forget to subscribe to Do It By the River Podcast Edition, brought to you by the Philly Sports Network Podcasting Group. Rate and subscribe to that podcast, and don't forget to check out Philly Sports Network for all your Philly sports needs. I will put the link in the descriptions below, so you guys can head on over to PSN. Yeah, so this morning, bright and early, 9 o'clock in the morning, we had a soccer game to watch, Philadelphia versus NYCFC. It was really early for me, but I powered through it, got some coffee in me. It was a lot of fun hanging out with Liam. I was on the live stream on PSN with the man himself, Liam Jenkins. It was a lot of fun. Thanks again to Liam. I got a little workout in after. I needed that workout after waking up early, sitting on this couch, very couch that you guys are seeing me on right now for 2 hours. And I didn't want to shower and everything. I got part 2 of my workout in a little bit, and I just wanted to get this video out as soon as possible to everyone because I'm still buzzing over this match, to be quite honest with you guys. But we're going to get right into it. But before we dive into what happened in the match, I want to talk about kind of the pregame and also, what the Union did during this match. As you guys can tell, what's going on in our country, it's sad times, to be quite honest with you. This country is separated more than ever. I've never seen the United States as separated as it is now, which is really upsetting, to be honest with you. But the whole Black Lives Matter movement is really something that it needs to be brought more to the light in society. What's been going on with the deaths to African Americans by police brutality is really unacceptable and disgraceful. And to see not only our Philadelphia Union, but the MLS just stepping up in general is really beautiful to see. But I think the Philadelphia Union absolutely knocked it out the park when it comes to showing their support towards Black Lives Matter. If you didn't watch the match this morning, the Union did the whole, like the Orlando and Miami match the night before. Both Philly and New York took a knee before the match to show respect to the people who have passed away from police brutality, which is obviously beautiful to see. We've been seeing that in the Premier League as well. But the Union took it a step way farther. Now, in the Premier League, the first match back, Arsenal versus Manchester City a couple weeks ago, we saw the Black Lives Matter jerseys on the back of as a name on the back of the jersey. What the Philadelphia Union did, they took that and added another level to it, which really, it knocked it out the park. On the back of their jerseys, we saw the names of the people who have fallen. So we saw a George Floyd jersey, which Andre Blake wore. We saw the Breonna Taylor jersey, which Kasper Schmeichel wore. And every single Philadelphia Union player had a different name on the back of the jersey representing someone who has passed away from police brutality. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how proud I am to call myself a diehard fan of the Philadelphia Union after seeing that. Obviously, what we've seen on the pitch over the past 2 seasons is really spectacular to see where our club has come from to now. But seeing them being just so socially aware of what's going on around the country, not just in Philadelphia, it's beautiful to see. And it's really, they set the tone for not only the MLS, but American sports in general. Now everyone else has to step it up and try to do something, because listen, with the platform that we have in sports, it's very important that we voice our opinions and try to show support for African Americans. We, especially myself, I'm not white, obviously. I'm a Latino. We have our fair share of discrimination as well, but we will never understand what African Americans go through on a day-to-day basis here in the United States. And it's very important that we continue showing support for Black Lives Matter. Very beautiful to see. And that set the tone for what we saw in this match here against NYCFC. And let's dive right into it. This match was pretty, listen, we talked about it before in the preview that you're going to see some rust. Both teams haven't played, this intense style of soccer in at least 5 months, and you're going to see some rust. You've seen it over in Europe with the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and Bundesliga, and you're going to see it here in the MLS. We saw last night in the Miami-Orlando match, and we saw it here. The rust was definitely clear there, but at first NYCFC seemed to have gotten they seem to have a little bit of a rhythm. We know that they like the ticky-tack passing. They like to keep the possession. They like to frustrate the hell out of the opposing team's defense, and they really did do that against us. But you got to give credit to the Philadelphia Union for maintaining their composure, and they didn't get flustered at all. But let's look into the lineup, and then we will discuss the goal scoring in this match here. So let's look at the formation first off, and to start it off, of course, the Philadelphia Union stuck with the 4-4-2 diamond, which what was really interesting was in the second half it was kind of hard to tell, but in my honest opinion, I definitely think that we did switch back over to the 4-2-3-1. But let's start off with the starting goalkeeper. And man, he needs more credit because he really didn't get as much credit as he should have. So starting goal, we had our man Andre Blake. No surprise there. He's our guy. And listen, he is the reason why we won this match here. He kept us in the game. He made spectacular save after spectacular save. If you were in on that live stream with me and Liam Jenkins, man, Liam was going wild and giving them all the praise he absolutely deserved. But listen, he was the main reason why we were in this match, especially in the second half. With 10 minutes left and even in injury time, you saw he made the biggest saves at that moment, and that's so crucial. And for us to continue making a run here in this tournament, we need Andre Blake to continue doing this absolutely spectacular game. For me, he was the man of the match by far, absolutely by far. Now let's look at the back line here, and a little bit of a surprise here in my opinion. Starting from left to right, we had Kai Wagner, Mark McKenzie, we had Jack Elliott get the start, and then we had Ray Gaddis. Now in the preview video, I said that I think that we're going to see Jakob Glasner start over Jack Elliott, but Jim Kirchin went with Jack Elliott. Jack had to have shown something to Jim for him to start him over Jakob Glasner. So all four of these guys played really well. Mark McKenzie and Jack Elliott really played much better than what we saw in matches and previous matches. They were really the clog back there. Ray Gaddis and Kai Wagner were very active on the defensive side. I didn't see a lot of pushing from out wide from both fullback positions, but defensively those guys were really helped to support. And those four back there really were a cohesive unit, and it was really refreshing to see. And those guys deserve their credit too, because they made Andre Blake's job a little bit easier. In the 83rd minute, we did see Jakob Glasner come in for Brandon Aronson. We saw cramps were an issue here for a lot of players. Kai Wagner, Brandon Aronson, and Alejandro Bedoya got affected by the cramps. Listen, it was hot out there. It was a really hot day, and you're playing. You haven't played a full intense 90 minutes of soccer. So Jakob Glasner got in there for Brandon Aronson, and that would give us a 5-man back line. At that point, you're up in the match, and you're just trying to seal the win. So you got the 5 people back there with a defensive-minded CDM. At that point, we're just parking the bus. All right, in the midfield, guys, starting from left to right, at the left shuttle midfielder, Jamiro Montero got to start there. At the 6th role, we had El Brujo Martinez. At the right shuttle midfielder, Alejandro Bedoya, and at the tip of the diamond, we had Mr. Brandon Aronson. And listen, I got this midfield corrected, and this is the strongest unit here. If you're thinking about who should be the go-to in the midfield, these are the 4 people that I would say that you need to go with match in and match out. And listen, these guys played really well. Jamiro Montero, he displayed his skill set. He looked much more crisper than what we saw in the 2 matches in the beginning of the season. Jim Kirchin did say he was fit, and my man was fucking fit. El Brujo Martinez, every match, every time I see him, I just love him even more. He is an absolute Philly athlete to the T. The physicality, you can clearly tell. He was pissing off Maxi Morales. He was physical. He was in your face. He wasn't taking any shit from no one. And that's what you want to see from El Brujo Martinez. He's setting the tone for the rest of the team, and the team definitely fed off of his intensity throughout the match. So definitely bravo for my man El Brujo Martinez. After Andre Blake, I think that he had the best performance out of the starting 11 for the Philadelphia Union. At the right shoulder midfielder, Alejandro Bedoya, our captain out there, our workhorse. He got the lone goal. He got the lone goal here for the Philadelphia Union. Big ups to my man Alejandro Bedoya. He, like I said, he did get affected by the cramps, so his day was cut a little bit short. And at the tip of the diamond, Brenden Aaronson. Brandon displayed his confidence and his skill set again in this match. And every time I see Brenden Aaronson, I just see him improving little by little, and that is so refreshing to see. And that's such a bright spot to see if you're a fan of the Philadelphia Union. You just want to continue seeing him grow and gain some more confidence. And listen, he's going to have a huge role if we want to go far within this tournament. Like we mentioned, Brenden Aaronson came off in the 83rd minute for Jakub Glesnes with his cramps. Alejandro Bedoya would get subbed out in the 84th minute for Jack de Vries. Jack got his first minutes with the first team in a big match for the Philadelphia Union. That was great to see. He held his own. He definitely held his own. And you know, Jim said this before the tournament even started, that he was going to have to rely on some of the young players, and he entrusted Jack de Vries, and he played solid. And let's just hope that he can get some more constant minutes, and he can help continue contributing for us. In the 73rd minute, Jose El Brujo Martinez was also really tired, and Warren Crayval came on for him. And you guys know the deal when Warren Crayval's out there. We're gonna seal the freaking win, because he's an extra defender when he is out there. And a great match again for Warren Crayval in the short amount of time that he was out there. Let's move on to the forward position, guys. And we saw a little bit of surprise. Sergio Santos Gomes and Andrew Wooten were inactive for this match, which was a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting both of them to be injured. So I thought Sergio was fit to play, but I guess he wasn't. It was fine, because we survived here in this match. So instead of Sergio Santos Gomes, we saw Elsinho start at that forward position, and then we had Kasper Shibilka, of course, get the start as well. Elsinho, you know, he had a couple of moves here and there, won a couple 1v1 situations, but you know, other than that, not much else of an impact. Kasper Shibilka was active on the attack as well. I feel as if, you know, just from watching the first two games, that when he has Sergio Santos Gomes playing next to him, you know, he feels more confident that Sergio is going to take on the role of the holding forward position, is going to feed him the ball. I saw Kasper roam around more than I did in the first two matches. So no goals for Kasper. He had a couple opportunities, but you know, he's getting his feet wet as well. The only forward we had on the roster was Anthony Fontana. Now, Anthony doesn't usually play as a forward, but with, you know, not having Wooten or Sergio, and I guess Jim just trusts Anthony more than Michi and Galina. So Anthony got placed on the bench as the only forward that we had on there. In the 58th minute, Anthony Fontana came out on the pitch for Elsinho. He did his thing. He definitely did his thing. Didn't get a goal, but you know, it was good to see Anthony get some minutes there, and we've talked about it plenty. Anthony's gonna have to have a big tournament here for the Union to go far. He's going to be one of the top options off the bench, so we need Anthony to, you know, can keep contributing for us. Listen, this was a hard match. This isn't like the first match of the MLS Back tournament with Miami and Orlando. You know, playing on the nighttime in Orlando is a little bit more easier to play. The sun is not beaming on you. It's not as hot as it is in the morning. Playing that 9 o'clock in the morning game is going to be super hard, and that's going to be that's a heads up for any of the teams who have to play those 9 o'clock in the morning matches. Bring your water, stay hydrated, get a good breakfast in, because listen, it was really prevalent here in this match here. But again, like I said, in the first half, it was really back and forth. Both teams trying to figure out each other, and it was 0-0. It was still really chippy. The rivalry continues between NYCFC and the Philadelphia Union. They was getting chippy out there, especially in the first half. Second half, again, it was some more feeling out in the first 10 minutes, and then Alejandro Bedoya got the lone goal. In the 63rd minute, Alejandro Bedoya, in a tough angle, got a volley, and it bounced right off of Sean Johnson's right mitt, and it went in the far left corner of the net to put the Union up 1-0. And NYCFC was trying everything they could in the next 30 minutes to try to get a goal. We had 6 minutes of injury time, and NYCFC still could not do anything. And the Philadelphia Union, after 96 minutes of soccer in the beaming hot weather down in Florida, got the 1-0 victory to get 3 points to tie us up with Orlando City at the top of the group. What a freaking way to start off this match. And we talked about it in the preview that before this tournament even started, that the first matchup is super crucial for the Philadelphia Union. We were going to see a lot what the Union are going to be within this first matchup here for the Union. But they held their own. They kept their composure, and they got the 3 points. And just the combination of just the play on the pitch, the Black Lives Matter stuff that the Union were doing, it was such a great day to be a Union fan. Like, I haven't felt this proud of being a Union fan, I think, ever. And like last season, we had a lot of proud moments, but this is more than just soccer, like I said, guys. And it was a really great day. So now, guys, things are getting very interesting. Breaking news today, it was decided by Don Garber and Nashville Soccer Club that Nashville SC will pull out of the MLS Back tournament as well. This makes now 2 teams that are pulling out of this tournament. So we went from 26 teams to now 24 teams, and this is a big blow here for the MLS and for our scheduling here as well. I've talked about this in the live stream as well. I really feel for the Nashville fans. You know, imagine being, this is your inaugural season, right? And in your inaugural season, it gets cut short because of a global pandemic. And then MLS announces that they're going to do a tournament to finish out the 2020 season, and you're all excited. And then players start contracting the coronavirus, and then you gotta pull out of the MLS Back tournament. So I really do feel for Nashville SC. That was going to be our second game. So now the scheduling has changed. The groups have changed up a little bit as well. The Chicago Fire have now moved from Group A to Group B, since FC Dallas is no longer in Group B. They are now, Chicago Fire are now Group B. That now leaves us with 4 teams. Philadelphia Union, NYCFC, Orlando City, Inter Miami. So now our next matchup is going to be next Tuesday, July 14th. We were still scheduled to play on that day, but now we are going to play Inter Miami. They were supposed to be our last matchup of this tournament, or this group of the group stage, and now they'll be the second matchup for us, and that will be at 10:30 p.m. at night kickoff. So it's gonna be a little late there against Inter Miami. We will see how that turns out for us, and then the last match now, it won't be Inter Miami. It'll be against Orlando City at 8 o'clock at night, and that should be still a really good matchup there. Orlando took care of business last night against Inter Miami, so now after NYCFC lost, now it seems it's between us and Orlando City to win the group. Who would have freaking thought that? But that's going to be, this scheduling got a little bit more interesting now. It got a little bit harder now as well, but I'm still excited. I still have a lot of confidence in this Philadelphia Union team. I'm excited to see where we go here. Guys, that's all I got for you today. In the comments below, this is the time to talk and the time to comment. Let me know how you guys feel after this big win against our hated rivals NYCFC without Yankee Stadium. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your boy out. Don't forget to check out PSN for all your Philly sports needs, and subscribe to DOOP by the River, your weekly podcast for the Philadelphia Union. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of El Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to DOOP on. Enjoy the win, guys.